Welcome back to another Bolt tutorial. In this video, we're going to cover the fundamentals of GitHub. You'll learn all about commits, branching, pull requests, and forking so you can bring Git version control into your Bolt project. So what is GitHub? GitHub is the industry standard platform for version control and collaborative software development. Think of it as the ultimate collaborative workspace for software engineering. By mastering GitHub, you can securely back up your codebase, collaborate seamlessly with other developers, test features on working branches, and pull in other developers' code into your project. After you've created your free GitHub account and you're logged in on the browser, it's time to connect it to Bolt. To do so, click on the GitHub icon in the top right. Click Login to GitHub and authorize StackBlitz. StackBlitz is the parent company of Bolt.new. You may need to do this process twice. This time we're giving Bolt.new the permissions. Now with both StackBlitz and Bolt connected to GitHub, we're ready to create a repository. In its simplest terms, a repository, often called a repo, is a master folder for your codebase. Think of it like a Google Drive or Dropbox, mainly for code, but also for other file types too. When you create a new Bolt project, by default, it doesn't create a GitHub repository. To do so, click on the GitHub icon and we'll configure the final step. Click Configure the GitHub app. Choose the organization or your personal GitHub profile and grant access to either all your repositories or only selected ones. Install and authorize. Now we're ready to turn this Bolt project into a GitHub repo. Click the icon again and give your repo a name, Create Repo. You can see it successfully created the repository called Flare BNB. Let's check this by looking at the code structure of this project. Now we'll open up GitHub. Go to our repositories. Here we can see it's created the Flare BNB repository. We can see that the file structure is almost identical to that of our Bolt project. The only difference is this git ignore file. This specifies all of the files that should not be uploaded to GitHub. If I was to now add a .env file to our codebase, you'll notice it won't come up in GitHub. This is best practice to keep your environment variables ending up on GitHub. The first core concept that we're going to cover is a commit. A commit is essentially a permanent snapshot or a save point of your project at a specific moment in time. If a repository is the master folder, a commit is the act of officially recording a change of the files inside that folder. Think of it like saving a document or reaching a checkpoint in a video game. But there's a crucial difference. Instead of just overwriting the old file and losing the past, a commit takes a picture of exactly what the entire project looked like at that exact second and adds it to a secure timeline. Every time your agent finishes a prompt, such as implementing dark mode, this counts as a commit and saves this to your GitHub repo. On your GitHub profile, you can see the lifetime of all of your commits by looking at these green squares. I find this to be a great way to keep track of your software development journey. Now for your second core concept, a branch. A branch is an independent workspace, much like a parallel universe for your project. It duplicates your stable primary timeline, the main branch, to give you an isolated sandbox. Any changes or commits made in a branch will not affect your main project. Branches are the ultimate safety net for AI-driven development. If a user wants to test a massive new AI prompt, like completely redesigning your UI, then you can do this on a new branch. If the AI builds something brilliant, you can keep it. If the agent breaks the code, you can simply delete the branch knowing your main app is still perfectly safe. To create a new branch within your repo, click on the GitHub icon again and click Create New Branch. Give it a name and click Create Branch. Doing so will automatically switch your project over to this new branch, and here you can see the active badge next to the new test branch. Let's go ahead and redesign the homepage. Here's a new hero section that we've added to the test branch. If we want to change back to the main branch, simply click Switch to Main Branch. Now we're back on the published production branch. Let's go back to the test branch. Once you're happy with these changes and you want to merge them from the test branch back into the main, you're ready for your third main concept, a pull request. You can think of a pull request or a PR as a formal proposal to merge your branch back into the main branch. If a branch is an isolated sandbox, a PR is you asking, I am finished experimenting, please review my work and pull it into the official app. If you're collaborating with a co-founder or a freelancer on your Bolt project and you never want them altering the live code directly, instead, the teammate can work on a branch and submit a PR. You, the original owner, can then safely review the new code and approve the merge only when you're completely confident. To do so, let's jump back into our GitHub repo. Now we can see it has 2 branches and you can change between main or test branch. It's also showing that test branch has recent pushes 4 minutes ago. Let's compare and pull request. Let's give this a title and a description, and we're ready to create a pull request. GitHub checks that there are no conflicts. That is making sure that both branches aren't trying to edit the same lines of code. And if there are none, you're ready to merge pull request. And just like that, you've executed your very first pull request. To keep your branches clean, feel free to delete this branch after you've done so. Now let's jump back into Bolt and see the changes. We'll open our GitHub menu again and change back to our main branch. And now we can see that the test branch has been removed because we just deleted it via GitHub, and this new hero section of the landing page has been applied to the main branch. Now for your fourth and final concept, forking. Forking is a complete personal copy of someone else's repo. While a branch is an alternate timeline within the same project, a fork duplicates an entire app directly to your own GitHub account. You are free to modify this clone however you want without affecting the original creator's version. Forking is perfect for remixing community projects. If you find a brilliant open source app or a template that you love, you can simply fork it. This gives you full ownership of the copied code, allowing you to build it in Bolt and ask the agent to customize it for your specific needs without touching the original project. For example, here's a public repo that I found. If we scroll down to the README file, here we can see screenshots of how the site looks. To fork it, simply click Fork. Let's accept this name, Brainwave landing page, and create fork. Let's go to our repositories, filter by forks, and here we can see that new fork that we just created. To build a project from this, let's go to the Bolt homepage and let's click Start from GitHub. Let's look for that repo we just forked. Here it is, Brainwave landing page, and we'll import the repo. Just like that, we've created a new Bolt project based on this fork, and we can see that it's the exact same as those screenshots we saw in the README file. In this video, we've covered the fundamentals of GitHub. You've learned about a commit, branching, pull requests, and forking. Stay tuned because we've got more exciting benefits coming from using GitHub soon.